Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a collector booster box of Dominaria United. Now the official release for this set isn't until next Friday, September 9th, but since we've got it here, we're going to crack it open and price the cards using the pre-release prices. Now as the week goes on, I'm going to be opening more and more Dominaria United, and I will eventually do a comparative analysis of all the boxes that we opened during pre-release week, so that way you can actually see what the value of these boxes were. So, cracking this guy open, there's our box topper. Unfortunately, from what I've seen online and read, the box toppers are going to be very much like Crimson Vow, extremely low value. So let's go ahead and open this up right away and kind of get that out of the way. And let's just see what we get. All right, and our box topper is a Ramirez de Petrio Pillager. Seen this in a lot of openings from other channels on the web, so not a high value card. But there's always a chance in here we can see one of the Lost Legends, or one of the many other cards in the set valued over $1 and even over $10. There's currently 185 cards in the set, or 43% of the set valued over $1, including many uncommons. There are currently no commons over $1. So let's see how we do. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, we do have to go through the commons because if there is a Lost Legend, it will be in a common slot. So we're going to start things off with a Splatter Goblin, a Stall for Time, a Shore Up. Then we're going to see a Timely Interference, a Runic Shot, then a Phyrexian Missionary. Then we're going to see the first Stained Glass Full Art Land, the mountain here. These look pretty darn awesome. And then we're going to see an Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief coming in here. Does hold a little bit of value. Then we're going to see the World Spell. So this is going to be our first saga from the main set. Also holding some value currently. And then Shani's Sleeper Scourge coming in from Commander, a Mythic. Then we're going to see Aaron Benalia's Ruin. Then Tobias Doomed Conqueror. Followed by Tetsuo Imperial Champion. So a Mythic in foil etched. Very cool to see that. Then we get Rasputin, the Oromancer, coming in here as a rare. Followed by a Haughty de Jin in extended art. All right, and then we have a Soldier and an Elemental token. All right, well, that was my first pack of Dominaria United. That was exciting. So let's see what pack 2 holds. So we had 2 mythics in that pack, which is pretty good. So we got a Tidepool Turtle, Tala's Lookout, followed by a Banalish Faith Bonder, a Tattered Apparition, a Bortuk Bone Rattle, then a Strength of Coalition, and there's the Forest in Stained Glass, followed by King Darien the 28th, I think. Not so good with the Roman numerals. Then we got a Soul of Windgrace coming in as a mythic from the main set. Very nice. Then Threats Undetected, an extended art non-foil, followed by Lagomos Hand of Hatred, uncommon in the stained glass treatment. And then Torwaki the Younger. This is a play off of one of the original Torwakis from the Legends set, and is available as a box topper. And then we get Rasputin again, but this time in foil etched. And then Roga Carekeeper Overlord, followed by Ratadrabic the Urborg, coming in from the main set in Showcase. Very nice. And then we get a Soldier and a Power Stone in the back. All right, moving on to pack number 3. All right, so we're going to start things off with an Academy Wall, a Llanowar Stalker, Sacred Peaks, then a Broken Wings, then a Braid's Frightful Return, Night of Dawn's Light. Then we're going to see now the Island. Very nice. And then we got Queen Elena of Rudok coming in here as an uncommon. Then King Darien again from the main set this time in foil. Followed by Defiler of Instinct. A Tatoya Steward of the Tides, uncommon in the showcase frame. And then Torwaki again, but from the main set. And then Braid's Arisen Nightmare coming in from black. This is going to be a very good hits from the main set. Then we're going to see our first land. So we're going to see a Shivan Reef coming in. Followed by Joda the Unifier coming in here in showcase. This is not one of the textured foil. This is just the regular. But Joda is still a very sought after card from this set, at least at this time. And then we're going to see a Sapperling and a Night token. All right, so we got a Phyrexian Vivisector, a Citizen's Arrest, Floriferous Vinewall, then a Writhing Necromass, followed by a Micromancer, and then a Balduvian Berserker. And now we're treated to one of the planes in stained glass. So there's only one of each of the stained glass foils for each of the 5 colors. So once you've got all 5, you've got the set. So there's Rona Sheoldred's Faithful coming in here. This is going to be a textured card. Hopefully you all are picking up on that. I'm trying to move it a little bit so you can see that. And then a Yavimaya Coast from the main set. Followed by a Stronghold Arena in extended art. And then Rada Coalition Warlord coming in as an uncommon. And then General Marholt Elsdragon, uncommon foil etched here. And then Jedit Ojen Mercenary coming in as a mythic from the main set. Very cool to see that. Oh, skipped one. And then we're going to see a Sulphurous Springs, so extended art land here. And then we get a double up. We get a Yavimaya Coast, an extended art in foil this time. And then we're going to see a Soldier and an Elemental. All right, so we've only gone through 4 packs, so I'll try and speed this up a little bit. Just trying to get an idea of this set. This being my first box, I do kind of want to take my time. Hopefully you all can appreciate the artwork. So we got a Vine Shaper's Prodigy, a Snare Spinner, a Tangled Islet, common land, dual land, then a Hammerhead, and then a Hurler Cyclops, and an Electrostatic Infantry coming in. And there's the Mountain, followed by Lagomos Hand of Hatred, this time in the textured treatment. And then a Defiler of Instinct coming in as a rare from the main set. Decent hit. Then we're going to see a Primeval Spawn. Look at that thing. 10 mana for a 10/10 avatar in extended art. Very cool. Then we get Tour Devant Fury Rider as a showcase foil. And then Jasmine Boreal the 7 in foil etched. Followed by Aisha Tanaka, the Armorer, also in foil etched, but this time a rare. And then we're going to see Miri, Scholar of Antiquity coming in here. Very nice to see that. These cards really are quite beautiful. Then we get Emperor Mihail II coming in here as a extended art foil. Followed by a Soldier and a Zombie token. All right, so this pack will officially bring us to halfway through the box. All right, so we got the Hexbane Tortoise, the Negate, Colossal Growth, followed by Griffin Protector, Najal the Storm Runner, Sengir Connoisseur, and another Island coming in, and then Aaron Benala's Ruin, and Textured, and then Drag to the bottom, coming in here as a rare from the main set, followed by the Archangel of Wrath. Very nice to see an Archangel coming in. Then we see Najal the Storm Runner, uncommon. And then General Marhut Elstragon again, this time from the main set. And then Ramses Assassin Lord, foil etched rare. And the Lady Otaria, mythic coming in here. Followed by a Sarah Paragon, another mythic. Very cool to see this card coming in. Yeah, this card is significantly high up there from a value perspective at almost $30 right now. We'll see if she holds on. And then we see a bird token with a treasure in the back. So I'm going to take just a second to straighten up the pile and start a new one of what I would consider to be the better cards. So we'll keep the Sarah Paragon right on top. So still looking for Sheoldred, right? Sheoldred's going to be one of the big names from this set for all time. We're also looking for the Raven Man, Braids, right? There's a few cards from the set that I think are going to be the staples. So we got a Pixie Illusionist, followed by a Sunlit Marsh, Take Up the Shield, Haunting Filament, and then a Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart, and the Weatherseed Treaty. These sagas are I just love the artwork on them. And we're going to see the Island, followed by Najal Stormrunner and Textured. Then the Elder Dragon War coming in here as a rare from the main set. And then a Cosmic Epiphany in extended art, followed by Rona Sheoldred's Faithful in Showcase. And then Jasmine Boreal, again from the main set. And then Rivaz of the Claw. Very interesting artwork on that one. Rare in Showcase. And then Rith Liberated Primeval, mythic coming in here. Valued currently over $10, so we'll take that. And then a Rundevent Horde Master coming in as our last card. Decent hit from the set in foil. And then we see a Soldier with a Power Stone in the back. So no Legends card as of yet. I think the pull rates that people are discovering is around 1 to 2 per case. So this being just a single box and not knowing the origin of the case, hopefully the seller did not already pull out a Legends card and just sell the extras. But we've got a Lightning Strike, a Geothermal Bog, a Charismatic Vanguard, followed by another Lightning Strike. So that's 2 in the exact same pack. Okay, I've never seen that. I have seen the same named card, but they're usually in different frames or different formats. So this one had 2 of the exact same, followed by a Phoenix Chick. That's a very interesting card. Then we're going to see Queen Elanel of Rudrak, followed by a Full Art Forest. Then Tatiana, Steward of Tides, uncommon, in textured foil, followed by a Thran Portal. Then an Academy Lore Master, Queen Elena of Rudrak. And then Ramirez de Petrio the Pillager, this time in foil etched. And then Squee the Dubious Monarch coming in here in his showcase form. Squee, I believe, is the only red card to get the showcase treatment. And then we're going to get a Shauna Purifying Blade Mythic coming in. Very cool. Shauna's worth a few dollars. And we got a double Squee pack, and we got a double Lightning earlier. So very cool to see that in foil and non-foil. And then a Saproling and a Cat Warrior. All right, so a little variety there in the token slot. For sure with the double up on the common, somebody had hand-packed that pack, so I was getting my hopes up for a Legends card. But all right, Phyrexian Espionage. All right, Coalition Warbrute. Magnaloth Sentry. Gintu Amplifier. Then a Choking Miasma. Followed by a Turu Kennerud Sky Knight. Then we're going to see a Forest. Followed by Jorah Ageless Innovator coming in textured. Yeah, so very nice to see Jorah coming in textured. Definitely has value today. Then we got an Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief coming in from the main set. Then a Voldarian Hex Catcher coming in extended art. Followed by a Bortuk, trying to read it there, Bone Rattle. There we go. Some of the foiling is just really bright with the lights, so I apologize if it's distracting. Then we get a Tobias Doomed Conqueror, foil etched uncommon. And then the Carekeep Overlord again, this time in foil etched. And then Giora again, this time in non-foil, non-textured foil, just regular old showcase frame. Followed by Activated Sleeper. And we get a Phyrexian and a Sand Warrior. So very cool art on that token. All right, so we got 3 packs left to go. And then the MTG Box Analysis based upon the pre-release pricing. So we got an Extinguish the Light, Molten Monstrosity, Battlefly Swarm, Argivian Phalanx, Rona's Vortex, Slimefoot Survey, and we get a Plains, followed by Braids Artisan Nightmare here in textured. Very nice to see this. Just looking, yep, currently valued over $17. So very good hit from the main set. Voldarian Hex Catcher, this time from the main set. And then we get the Peregrine Dynamo. So this is one of our first rare artifacts making an appearance. Then we're going to see Zar Ojanen, Scion of Efarva. Yeah. All right, and then we're going to see Torwaki again. I have a feeling he's going to be like Master Chef from Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Then we got Astor, Bearer of Blades. Followed by Caves of Koilios. And then a Leyline Binding. Foil extended art rare. Very nice to see that at the end. Then a Soldier and a Goblin. All right, 2 packs to go. Guess we'll go with this one. Well, maybe we should have went with the other one. These have a very similar glue pattern to the Baldur's Gate. They're not that easy to open up. So we got to take up the shield, Battle Rage Blessing, Haunted Mire, Argivian Cavalier, Tail Swipe, Aaron Benala's Ruin. There's a Swamp. And then Balmor Battle Mage Captain, textured foil, uncommon. Defiler of Faith, Emperor Mahal II, Ruluk Mons Warren Chief, then Ramirez DiPietro. He's going to be another one we're going to see a lot of. Then Aisha Tanka Armorer. And Liliana of the Veil coming in all of her borderless greatness here. Very awesome to see this card. So far, this is going to be the best hit that we've pulled, unless something from a foil perspective really has a multiplier. This is currently valued over $40. So we're going to put Liliana right up there all by herself. And then we get Heir of Rogoth, and then a soldier in the back with an Ornithopter. All right. So far, feeling pretty good about this box. Liliana being the best hit thus far. But we do have 15 more cards to go. So we got a Tide Turner, Thrill of Possibility, Keldon Strike Team, Toxic Abomination, Protect the Negotiators, Wingmantle Chaplain, Mountain, followed by a Baruch Bone Rattle, Sten Paranoid Partisan, a Mana Cannons, that's very cool, and then Elias Ilkor Sadistic Pilgrim coming in here. There's very cool art on this particular card. This guy again. And then Ohabi Caleria coming in foil etched as a rare. Very nice elf. Right, and then Duplication, but from the main set. So still a nice elf. Less nice because this one's just regular frame, no foil. And then we get a Llanowar Green Widow coming in as an extended art spider in the back with a soldier and an Ornithopter. All right, so I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG Box Analysis. Whew. When I opened this box of cards yesterday and filmed the opening, I had no idea that I was going to have to reconfigure so many portions of my analysis tools to function with this diverse of a set. But now that it's done, future openings of Dominaria United should go much smoother. So with that, let's jump into the MTG Box Analysis. Let's start off by reviewing the Dominaria United set and establish what was possible to see in this collector booster box. It's going to get a little bit confusing, so just bear with me. The Dominaria United set contains 427 total numbered cards. The cards are either traditional foil or they're not. In the table, the column on the left shows the non-foil card count, and the column on the right shows the traditional foil card count. You may not see it yet, but this set does not contain any foil etched cards. Instead, the Dominaria United set contains 41 textured foils. And while these are technically textured, there is a different texturing treatment than the Double Masters 2022 set. In a collector booster pack, you will only see showcase, textured foil, Phyrexian, borderless, and extended art in the non-foil treatment, which means that we can see 141 of the 427 non-foils of the set. In traditional foil, we can see all the cards from the main set except for those basic lands. We can see full art showcase lands, all of the showcase cards, the Phyrexian, the borderless, and the extended art, which means that we can see 366 of the 386 cards available in foil. In all the packs I've ever opened in the past, the companion commander decks have never filled more than 1 or potentially 2 slots, and typically in collector packs, it's either 1 or 0. Apparently this is not the case with Dominaria United, so let's take a look at the set distribution of the commander set. The Dominaria United commander set contains 240 total cards. In collector booster packs, we can see 28% of those cards, with 20 regular frame multicolored cards, 20 foil etched cards, and 26 extended art cards being among the 66 that we can see. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 90% sure that this is the first companion commander set to feature foil etched cards that aren't the thick stock commanders. With all the variants in this set, it wouldn't be surprising if you couldn't follow the pack anatomy during the opening, so here's a quick recap. Each collector booster pack contains 1 textured foil stained glass card that's either going to be uncommon, rare, or mythic. There's going to be 2 foil etched or non-foil alternate border cards that are also rare or mythic. There's 1 traditional foil alternate border rare or mythic, 1 non-foil extended art that's rare or mythic, and this can come from the main set, the Jumpstart set, or the Commander set. And then finally, there's one traditional foil that's rare or mythic. The other 8 cards in the pack are either going to be commons or uncommons. I do want to mention that in this marketing material from Wizards of the Coast, it only mentions Commander one time, and that's in the non-foil extended art slot. However, in this box, we saw 32 cards from the Commander Companion set, plus our box topper was from this set as well. Now let's pivot to the set's distribution versus this box for the main Dominaria United set. This chart shows the foils that we saw in orange, the non-foils we saw in green, and the set in gray as our baseline. Based on the data, we can see that this box contained 8 non-foil showcase, exactly 12 textured foils, because we're guaranteed to see 1 per pack, plus 4 borderless and 7 extended art. And in the foil space, we saw between 12 and 14 cards from each of the 5 primary colors of Magic, and then we also saw 15 foil showcase, 1 foil borderless, and 5 foil extended art cards. This chart shows the Dominaria United Commander foils that we saw in orange, the non-foils in green, and the cards we were eligible to see from the set in gray as the baseline. Based on the data, we can see that this box contained 13 regular frame multicolored cards, 11 foil etched, and 5 non-foil extended arts. We also saw 3 extended art foils, and our box topper was the only traditionally framed card in foil. In this box, we saw 31 unique non-foil cards from the Dominaria United set, which accounts for about 22% of the 141 cards we were eligible to see. In the foil space, we saw 108 unique cards, giving us 28% of the 386 cards we were eligible to see. Other than the stained glass basic lands, our highest coverage from the main set was in blue and in non-basic land, with both categories showing us 37% of the cards. We also saw 37% of the showcase cards during the opening. In this box, we saw 27 unique non-foil cards from the Dominaria United Commander set. This accounts for 41% of the 66 cards we were eligible to see. In the foil space, we saw 4 of the 46 cards, giving us 9% coverage. Now, if a single collector box can cover as much as 55% of the regular frame cards and 55% of the foil etch cards in the set, what do you think is going to happen to the value? Yep, these prices are going to drop quite significantly in the next 2 weeks. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the Dominaria United collector boxes, we can't see any of the commons from the main set in non-foil, but we are eligible to see 41 uncommon, 74 rares, and 27 mythics. In this box, we saw 8 uncommons giving us 20% coverage, 20 rares giving us 27% coverage, and 3 mythics for 11% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 45% of the commons, 35% of the uncommons, 15% of the rares, and 10% of the mythics. In total, this box contained 54 rares and 11 mythics. This box contained 180 cards, of which 2 of the Commander non-foils were repeats, and 9 of the Dominaria United cards were repeated, which means that 11 out of the 180 cards were duplicates, giving us a duplication percentage of 6% for the box. Now, I don't want to focus too much on the value of this set yet, because the prices are pre-release and they are inflated. But just in case you're curious, here's a look at the entire 427 cards in the set by dollar category. Currently, there are 45 cards valued over $10, 51 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 150 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 247 cards that we're eligible to see in the collector booster box are all valued under $1. Since we're looking at pre-release value, let's look at the value that we saw in this box for the Dominaria United in the non-foil category. We saw 6 big hits over $10, including the Showcase Liberated Primeval at $10.02, the Extended Art Veldarian Hexcatcher at $10.62, the Showcase Braids Arisen Nightmare at $11.16, the Textured Foil King Darien the 48th at $11.64, and the Textured Foil Braids at $17.59. And then finally, the Borderless Liliana of the Veil, currently valued at $44.26. We also saw 5 cards valued between $5 and $10, as well as 17 cards valued between $1 and $5. Only 3 of our non-foils were valued less than $1 today. Now let's pivot over and look at the value that we saw in this box in the foil space for Dominaria United, the main set. We saw 3 big hits valued over $10, including the Extended Art Leyline Binding at $10.78, the Showcase Joda the Unifier at $13.35, and the extended art Sarah Paragon, currently valued at $29.31. We also saw 6 cards valued between $5 and $10, as well as 34 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 74 non-foil cards were all valued less than $1. And finally, here's a look at the value that we saw in this box for the Commander set. We saw 3 big hits over $10, including a foil and non-foil extended art Emperor Mihail II, both valued at $12.76 currently. We also saw a foil etch Tetsuo Imperial Champion at $18.05. We saw 4 cards valued between $5 and $10, as well as 19 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 7 non-foil cards from the Commander set are currently all valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box from my local game store for $249.99, not including tax. We opened up 12 packs with 15 cards each, seeing a total of 180 cards. In the Commander set, we saw $100.08 in value from the 29 non-foil cards. In the foil space, the 4 foils, including the box topper, have a total value of $27.26. From the Dominaria United main set, the 31 non-foils have a combined value of $180.08, and the 117 foils from the set have a total value of $235.47. This brings the grand total for the box up to $542.89, which is a gain of $292.90 over the price I paid, which means that this box returned 217% of its box price in card value. Now keep in mind that all of the prices that you see on the screen and every price that you've seen throughout this presentation has been based upon pre-release pricing. Now I fully expect the prices of most cards to fall between 30 and 50% in the next couple of weeks, which means that $542.89 value could get chopped down to as low as $271.44, which would still make this a pretty good box for the price I paid. Now, for those of you interested in cards just value over $1, the numbers look like this. In total, again using pre-release pricing, 100 of the 180 cards in this box are currently valued over $1, and they have a combined market price value of $507.41. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this pre-release view of Dominaria United. In the coming days, I'll be opening more collector boxes as well as set, draft, and even some pre-release kits. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these openings and the corresponding MTG Box Analysis. Until next time, do something amazing.